Hey guys, this is Anne-Marie. I'm going to be doing the TMI tag today, and I decided to do this video because it's been requested by a few people and because I've seen that it's pretty popular across YouTube, so I decided to take a crack at it. So originally this tag has 50 questions in it, but I took out 2 or 3 of them because I didn't find they were very appropriate and I myself didn't feel very comfortable answering them. So I'm still going to answer most of them except for those 2 or 3 of them. And this should be fun because some of these questions are pretty funny. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so question number 1 is, have you ever had a terrible breakup? I think the only breakup I've really had is right after grade 6 graduation. I broke up with my boyfriend at the time. And I wouldn't really say it's a breakup then because we weren't really in a relationship because we were in grade 6. You don't really have relationships in elementary school. So I guess you could kind of say it was a breakup. But it wasn't really that bad. It was more funny than anything because he was kind of a nerd. And while he was a lovable nerd, he was still kind of full of himself. And when we broke up, he said to me, once I start high school, I'm going to start appealing to more girls. So it doesn't really help my persona if I continue our relationship. So that's where we ended our relationship. I can't say I was broken up over it. Hack pun. I can't really say that I was upset. I can't really say that it was that hard on me. So that was really the only breakup I've ever been through. So the second question is, have you ever been in love? I have never really been in love, and I think I'm going to wait till college to be in love. Because being in love entails a lot more than a 14-year-old can experience. So I think I'll wait on being in love. The third question is, what are you wearing? I'm wearing a pair of black leggings. They're very silky, so I like this kind of material because they're very stretchy and they're easy to to stay in all day. And so they're very comfortable for school. I'm also wearing this t-shirt that I got at a Michael Bublé concert. I think it was in about 2010, so it was a while ago. I'm surprised it still fits me, but it still fits me, so there's nothing to complain about there. So the next question is, how tall are you? I'm not exactly sure because the last time that I was measured was about like 4 doctor checkups ago. I don't think my doctor even measures me anymore. But my best guess is I'm about 5'1" or 5'2", because most of my friends are 5'3" and about an inch taller than me. So I'd say I'm about 5'1" or 5'2". The next question is, how much do you weigh? I'm sorry, I'm not really comfortable answering that question, so I think I'll just skip it. Sorry. Do you have any tattoos? I don't have any at the moment, and while I'm completely terrified of getting a tattoo for the pain, I really do want to get one because I find them really pretty. But instead of getting one of those long dragon things up the arm that some people get, I think I might get like a little clover on my wrist, a way to remember my heritage. Or I might get like a little bird going up my arm, something really cute but not too big or out of this world. So I might get something like that. Next question, do you have any piercings? I don't at the moment. I had my ears pierced when I was little, maybe when I was about 5. But I had this really big reaction to it and I had to close them for a while. And after a while I just decided to keep them closed. And I've thought a few times of getting them re-pierced, but my friend gave me this little pair of clip-ons that you clip onto your ear and it has a little hole attached and you can put a pair of dangled earrings through them and that can help you wear dangled earrings. So it doesn't help me for stud earrings, but I can wear tons of dangle ones, so that's good enough. Next question is, OTP, real, and TV or movie? So my favorite OTP couple that I ship is on this show called Castle that I really love. Nobody that I meet seems to know about this TV show. So basically, really briefly, it's a TV show where a mystery writer follows around an NYPD detective to get material ideas for his next series of books. And right now the show is in its 6th season and basically they're engaged now. So they're like my biggest OTP. I love them. And my other TV OTP would be Klain on Glee. I find them so cute. I love gay couples. I find them so adorable. I don't get how people can be homophobes because people who are gay are just so cute. So that's my other OTP. In real life, I don't really have one in real life because I don't really follow celebrity news, so I don't really have one in real life. My favorite TV show is Castle, which is the one about the mystery writer and the cop that I really like. So that's one of my favorite TV shows. And I think that's my favorite TV show. I'm starting to get into Once Upon a Time because one of my friends got me started into it. So I think that would be my second favorite TV show. The next one is my favorite bands. I like a lot of bands. I like bands from all the way from rock bands all the way to pop bands to like teen bands, boy bands, girl bands, lots of them. So like for girl band, I love Paramore, even though it's not strictly a girl band. It's like the main singer is a girl, so I really like Paramore. And for strictly girl, I think Icona Pop would be one of my favorites. And for boy band, either 5SOS, 5 Seconds of Summer, or One Direction. Those would be my two favorite boy bands. So I like tons of boy bands and tons of other kinds of bands like Muse, Queen, ABBA, lots of different kinds. Next one, something that you miss. Well, I kind of made a joke in one of my old videos saying that I miss my insanity or my sanity because I am in insanity because I'm completely bonkers. So yes, I guess that's something that I would miss. Someone that I would miss is pretty much anybody in my family or close friend who's ever passed away, like anybody else. So that's something that I miss. The next one, what is your favorite song? My favorite song is Poor Wayfaring Stranger, which is an Irish anthem. It's one of the most famous songs in Ireland, and it was a lullaby when I was a baby, so it's always been close to my heart, and I love that song. It's so beautiful, and it really, really describes Ireland in the best way possible. So I think that's the main reason I love that song. How old are you? I'm 14 years old, and I will be turning 15 on April 29th, which is only 22 days away. I'm so excited. So yeah, that's coming up. My zodiac sign is the Taurus. I know a lot of Tauruses because a lot of my friends have birthdays in April, and we're all Tauruses because it's closer to my date, so a lot of us are Tauruses. The next one is qualities in a partner. I think one of the most important qualities you can have in a partner is respect and trust. Those are two of the most important things because you want to feel safe and to be able that you can trust them. Those are two of the most important things. And then on the side, one of the other things I would really want is that he would have a sense of humor because I think it's really important that if you were to give somebody a joke, you would know that they're not going to take it offensively, that they're going to know that it's a joke. So that's something that I would really like to have on the side. Next, favorite quotes. My two favorite quotes would either be one that I've read quite recently actually. It says, aim for the moon and if you miss, you'll land among the stars. And I find that really important because even though it just sounds like some old ordinary quote, if you really, really think about it, you can see like the poetic side to it and maybe even compare it to something. Like if you set out to do something and you don't get it right away, then you'll land among the stars and there'll be plenty of other opportunities waiting for you. So that's kind of important to me. The other quote that I follow is not really a quote so much, but more saying, be yourself. Because being yourself is more than just acting like Anne-Marie. It's not just being Anne-Marie. It's being the person that I am inside. Being myself, not trying to be like anybody else. Like everyone else, I have celebrities that I look up to, but I don't try to be anybody I'm not. So that's something very important to me. Next, my favorite actor. So I picked one for female and for male. So my favorite female actress is Stana Katic. She is in a few movies and TV shows that I really like, so she would be one of my favorite actresses. And my favorite actor is Leonardo DiCaprio. Sorry, not sorry. A lot of people like him, a lot of people don't. That's just my opinion. I love him as an actor. Next question, your favorite color. I really, really like the color purple, but I think my favorite color would be teal because it's somewhere between blue and green, and it's a really happy color, so that would be one of my favorite colors. Next is, where do you go when you're sad? I think one of the things I do most when I'm sad is call up one of my friends and have them come over so I could drown my sorrows to them about whatever happened. So that's usually where I find myself when I'm sad. Next, how long do you shower? I think I shower about maximum 20 minutes, but sometimes it'll go longer if I go in and I have something to really think about. Then I'll just stand there and just think about that one thing. It'll take me a while sometimes. So, how long is your morning routine? I'm not one of those girls that spends a lot of time on her hair and makeup. Basically, I get out of bed, I have breakfast, I get ready for school, and I'm off to the bus. So usually I get up at around 7:10, 7:15. Then my bus is at about 8:15, so that gives me about an hour to get ready. But I don't even use half of that. I maybe use half an hour of that, and the rest I spend on my phone or my computer. Next, have you ever been in a physical fight? I wouldn't really call it a physical fight because the one fight I've ever been in physically was in first grade with a girl, and we never really hit each other, maybe just yelled at each other and grabbed each other's shoulders at one point, but that was grade 1. None of us were extremely strong, so it was kind of really stupid, and we're actually really, really close friends now, so it's kind of really stupid. Next one, a turn on and a turn off. I think a turn on is when a boy is not afraid to show who he really is, and he's not really nice to you and then a jerk to you around his friends. So that's a definite turn on. And a turn off is when he's really, really full of himself. I cannot stand that. When you're out with a guy and you're enjoying your meal or the movie or whatever you're doing, and he cannot stop talking about himself. I find it so annoying. So that is a definite turn off for me. Next one, any fears? I have a really strange fear of throwing up. I've heard that a few other people have it, but whenever I tell people I have that fear, they think I'm kind of weird. So that's one fear I have. The second fear I have is dying. I forget what it's called. It's this really big scientific term for it, but I am deadly afraid, pun intended. I'm deathly afraid of dying. It terrifies me. I think about it more than 5 times a day. You could even say I obsess over it. So those are 2 fears I have. Those are probably my main 2 fears. My next one is the last thing that made you cry. Well, just recently, maybe about 2 weeks ago, I attended my uncle's funeral. And I've been to other funerals before, but this one kind of felt different because my uncle is like a second father to me, and going to his funeral kind of hit me and made it more real that I'm not going to see him ever again. And although he's in my heart, I'm not going to be able to see him anymore, so that kind of made me sad, and I cried. I'm not ashamed to say that I bawled my eyes out because I loved him, and I still do, and that just made me cry. So yeah, that's the last time I cried. Next, the meaning behind my YouTube name. Now, when you read the title, The Rads, I know what you're all thinking. Rad is that Urban Dictionary term that people use for cool, stupid, weird, lots of different things. But the real meaning I mix up my words a lot. The real meaning behind the word The Rads is R-A-D, is the 3 initials of our names, Rebecca, Anne Marie, and Danielle, R-A-D. And we wanted to put it in capitals so we could show that Rads is being intensified, if you can even say intensified. So to make it more like Rad isn't just cool, it's like something else. That's basically what it means. That's my YouTube name. Then the next one is the last book you read. I read The Fault in Our Stars because every single one of our friends was telling us we had to read this book, and they were so right. It was so amazing. So I read that book finally, and I loved it, and I recommend that you read that book because it's amazing. It's an amazing book. It's an amazing book. Sorry, not sorry. Next, last person you talked to. Danielle, because we went to the bus together, and my parents aren't home yet, so I haven't spoken to anybody since. So she's the last person I talked to. The relationship between the last person texted. My phone has been out of service for a long time, so I can't even remember the last person I texted. But I guess you could say I message or text on Facebook, and that would be Rebecca because we were talking about our history assignment that we have to do together. So that's the last person that I texted or messaged. Next, my favorite food is, I like potatoes, but I like a lot of different kinds of potatoes. And my favorite is tater tots. I'm obsessed with tater tots because I like breading and I like potatoes. It's a mix of both. I love them. Next is a place you want to visit. I don't know if there's one place I want to visit, but I would love to go on a tour in Europe. Not like a tour, but like a tour of Europe. That would be really, really fun because apparently it's gorgeous in so many European places, and I'd love to go. So that's that for that. Next, the last place you were. The last place I was in school, and I don't like school. I really don't. It bores me to tears. Next, do you have a crush? I do, but no, I'm not telling you. Sorry. Next, the last time you kissed someone. I'm not ashamed to say that I haven't kissed anybody yet because when I do kiss somebody, I want it to be real. I don't want to be one of those teenagers that just goes around kissing people. I want it to be a real kiss with somebody that I truly care about. So I'll wait a while. Next, the last time you were insulted. Alright, so check this out. The last time I was insulted was by my English teacher. Yeah, the teacher's supposed to be nice to you. So we're reading this really, really tough book about a rape victim, and my teacher compared me to the girl in the book. I don't know what drove her to do it, but she did it. It was kind of insulting, but I don't really care that it came from her because she's rude to everybody, and I can't bring myself to care that it came from her. So that's it. Next, my favorite sweet. I love chocolate. Chocolate is my guilty pleasure. I love chocolate, any kind of chocolate. So that's my favorite sweet. Next, what instruments do you play? I play a whole slew of instruments, my main one being the violin and piano. I can also sing. I play the guitar. I can play the recorder, the flute, the drums, sort of. I don't really play the drums. I more like just pick up the sticks and start bashing around the drums. That's about it. So those are the instruments I play. Next, your favorite piece of jewelry. I don't know if that means my favorite kind of jewelry or piece of jewelry I currently own. So I'll go with my favorite type. My favorite type of jewelry would be rings because you can get a bunch of them for a really low price and some of them are really, really cute. So I really like to collect rings. Next, the last sport you played. So today I had gym class and in gym we played chook ball. Yes, that's right. It's called chook ball. Weirdest spelling ever, but it's a really, really fun game. It's a mix between basketball and soccer. And instead of using baskets or nets, you're using trampolines. Really, really fun. You should look it up and try it someday. It's fun. Next question, the last song you sang. The last song I sang was in music class. We're actually playing Poor Wayfaring Stranger, which I love because as you know right now, it's my favorite song. And I sang it in class because my music teacher was not aware that it had lyrics to it. So I sang it for her and we now both really love that song. So the next is your favorite pickup line. I can't say I have a favorite pickup line because they're pretty much all really bad. But there's one that I find really funny that I heard some guy use. He looked at this girl and he said, "Are you from Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see." I thought it was really terrible, but it made me laugh, so I will forever remember that one. Then the next one is, have you ever used that pickup line? I have never used a pickup line in my life because I've never asked anybody out. So I guess you could say that the only time I've ever used that